Legacy Army. I'm going to do a product knowledge on Usborne Gardening for Beginners. This is my new love. I am obsessed with gardening, and I saw this book, snatched it up, and it does not disappoint, let me tell you. I have a plethora of gardening books, and this does a really good job of just covering little bits of each book that I personally have an adult version. So I feel like it's a really good starter book for kids. Here's a little quick picture of the table of contents, and we'll just hop right in. It starts with telling the kids, exactly what equipment they'll need. Just like the gloves, the jars, pencils, all that. So that's a good starting place. So you can grab that, go get what you need, and start your planting. It gives them a little description of what it actually looks like to garden, just like the planting of a seed, and then the flower or the fruit that comes from that. It gets more in detail in a while. Dealing with plants, talks about pot bound, which is a big deal when gardening, the separating and transplanting, thinning out. Those are great things that it covers. The watering and feeding. Oh, this is one of my favorites, actually, garden pests, because if you love to garden, this could be your demise. You're constantly searching the internet, searching books to figure out what is eating my plant, and how do I attack it. And I personally come from the organic background of how I attack things. And as you see right here, it says, hey, if you have slugs, what you want to do is put something like broken eggshells down the slugs. It'll deter slugs. So I really like that Usborne Books and More has taken the more earth-friendly approach to gardening too. Instead of saying, hey, why don't you go get this chemical? It gives you all these ideas on what to do naturally to deter pests and to just grow a healthy garden. So, and it even shows you like what eggs look like, which is a huge deal because if you have squash bugs, they lay freaking large amounts of eggs like that all over a garden, and you want to get on top of that before they hatch. So I love this, and if you have a kid that's interested in gardening, this is the book to get them. And this page will be frequented often, I promise you. So here's a little thing on what to grow. Sunflowers. This is one of my favorites, just because the aspect that the sunflower actually changes its direction throughout the day to face the sun, which I think is really awesome for kids to see. And speedy vegetables. So this is the micro leaves page. A lot of people are interested in micro leaves nowadays, just because of their nutritional value. They're quick to grow. I know for us, we raise chickens too, so micro leaves are really a big deal for us because that's what we feed our chickens. It's cheap. And then here's little fast growers. I like how they cover onions and radishes. They also talk about propagating later, which onions do really well in. So, if you buy some green onions at the store, you cut off these little leaves and then you put this in a jar, it'll grow new onions. So, and then some bee flowers that attract bees. That's really nice. Let's do a little bit more. The Come and Cut Again salad, which is a big deal. They did 3 or 4 pages on salad, which is really nice because those are fast growers for the littles. They don't have to wait around 90 days to see fruit. And then they get to cut it, and then it grows really fast again. So Usborne put some kid-friendly plants in there. And those are the hanging baskets. One thing I like that they did with the herbs, herbs are a companion plant, which means that, say you have tomatoes, you are going to want to put basil and onions near a tomato, and that deters pests. So they cover that in this section in the growing herbs. They also cover propagating, which is one of my favorite things. And what that means is, see this little picture of a mint leaf right here? They talk about how you will just cut a piece of that plant off, you put it in water, and it grows new roots in a jar of water in the windowsill. It usually takes about a week. Then you transplant it. So what you're doing by doing that is you're creating a whole entire new plant from a plant that you had previously sown, and you're skipping about 3 to 4 weeks of growing time. So I like that Usborne has included that. And air plants, I don't know anything about that, so we'll just skip it over. Potatoes, a really good one. If you're like me, you have potatoes with eyes in them. So it shows you how to how to, grow those from your kitchen. You can take the ones from your kitchen and grow them. I also like that it discusses organics again. I feel like if you are really into gardening, you really should consider what chemicals do to our food and to our bodies and Mother Nature. I sound like a hippie, but I'm telling you, it's pretty important. Attracting bees, you will have a bigger garden. The more bees you have, the better garden. In my case, the more wasps. They tend to do the same thing. They're just not as friendly. So they covered that and just kind of being bee friendly, which is really important now with all of our pesticides. Bees are declining, which is a big deal. And let's see, there was another page that I was really excited to show y'all. On pumpkins, that's a fun one. And bulbs, I don't do much of that. Oh, the corn, I love the corn. They show littles how to plant corn in a jar, which a lot of people are like, oh, cornfield, I need a cornfield to grow corn. You don't. You can actually grow it in a container. And I love it that Usborne has covered that. So, and then it gives a little bit of breakdown of what parts of the corn there is. The pollen's up here and how it actually creates the corn down here. Different, another pest that you need to watch. It didn't cover ants. Ants are my problem with my corn. The strawberry tower, who does not love strawberries, and strawberries grow really fast. And companion planting. I love this, and this goes back to if you have a tomato, you want to plant basil and onions. Was it basil and onions? Yeah, I think it's basil and onions with tomatoes, and that actually deters the pests that like tomatoes. So I love, and they chives, like pretty much all herbs are really good companion plants. So I love that they covered that. The climbing beans. Beans are a really fun one to grow. Kids like that. Oh, the strawberry plants are the best because my little guy loves to pick them and eat them as he comes in the house. So I'm really glad that Usborne covered that. Garlic bulbs are another one like potatoes. How sometimes you'll see a sprout in the house and you can just take the little pieces apart and it shows you how to plant those and have more garlic. And that's what garlic looks like. And compost. I love that they included compost too. See all this stuff over here? Teaches the littles how that actually helps your garden. So that's super important. All kids need to learn about composting, honestly. I feel like all kids need to know everything that's in this book. I feel like gardening has become a lost art, and I'm really excited because when we were at convention, Usborne Books and More also, they came out with another food book that I'm really excited to get. I can't remember the title of it, but can't wait to get that one too. Okay. Well, better cut this off. See y'all later. Bye.